Hello, amazing ladies in business. Welcome to the Her Story podcast. I am your host, Kylie King, the founder of Australian Ladies Business Initiative. And I am so excited to be joined by the incredible Martha Mock today. And she not only runs the incredible business Super Confidence Coaching, but she also runs a thriving Facebook community called Yeah, the Girls 40 Plus. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I love what you do. It's such an honor to be here.
Oh, thank you. I'm so excited to have you along because running a community can be hard, and you do that alongside a business, which is absolutely incredible. But what else would you like the listeners to know about yourself?
I think that it's about not giving up in the right way. Like my life journey has been far from a rainbow, I always say. It's coming from the fact that I'm Asian, okay? Everyone can see that. I'm an Asian girl where I was being told that as a woman, we should shut up, put our heads down, be the woman, be the wife, be the daughter, be the sister that the society wants us to be. And what it got me in the end, a 19 years abusive marriage, being bullied since the age of 3. Hardest thing for me to admit was being sexually molested by a relative. All of that have bring me into this person. I always say that I was given every opportunity to turn dark, but I didn't because I don't want another woman to suffer what I do. So it helped me to become my mission to make sure that no other woman will ever suffer in silence.
Beautiful. What an amount of challenges you've overcome. And I love that you didn't want to become dark because you hear so many reports where people are like, oh, well, because they've experienced that, they're going to become the same thing. And there's so many people out there that have gone, no, I'm going to keep being, I'm going to learn and I'm going to move on from that. I'm not going to fall into that same pattern.
I hear you because I think a lot of us don't realize that there's 3 layers of our mental, like our mindset there. First layer is being in the victim mentality, where we complain, we whinge, we want other people's validation that we are the victim in there. The second mentality that we go to, which is an aggressor, someone that who will start blaming things, blaming the society, blaming the life, blaming your people, everyone around you, but instead of looking at ourselves. And this is a vicious cycle. It keep continue and not giving you any light at the end of the tunnel. So after a lot of training, I spent about over $50,000 on self-development. I learned all about how to actually make myself better. But guess what? That's a continued journey. But one of the key points that I find out was how to become a winner of accepting who I am as the imperfect version of myself, accepting my own fault, having that acknowledgement of putting it into the past. And that way I can move forward with excitement and looking at every day as what's there to come, what is there to actually not give up on.
Beautiful. That's awesome. And yeah, to flip the switch is fantastic. And as you said, improving and working on yourself is such a continuous journey. It's not like, oh, okay, I'm done and I fixed it and I'm fully healed, that you hear some people say. No, it's a continuous journey because new things will open up or you'll experience new challenges that you need to overcome.
Definitely, because triggers are there, our scarring are there. There's no point in saying that it is not there because it is there. But what's the difference this time is that you're starting to change the meaning of that experience and that feeling. That is the key.
Yeah. So is that what then brought you into taking all of that development you have had and then you went on to create Super Confidence Coaching?
Sorry, that was my auto feeder. My cat have to eat. So yeah. So what it is that because of all the darkness that I went through, and I still did not give up on me. And that's how I developed the super confidence coaching. I remember during that time was I've been in the wedding industry for over 19 years. So before super confidence coaching, I've been a multi-award winning international makeup artist. So I'm on stage, I'm talking to people, doing all of that. But people do not know I was also suffering from a DV marriage. I presented myself as this confidence person outside, but I was also the greatest pretender. I pretended everything was okay. And on the inside, I was rotten. I was scared. I was shameful. I was so embarrassed that I don't know there's a word called ask for help. And I'm like, oh, I could ask for help. I didn't think I was worthy of even getting help. So during that process of going for a divorce, and I think what my trigger was, is that I finally have enough. And as a woman, okay, understand this, we don't give up on something until we see there's no hope, especially in relationship. And the way that I find that the no hope is actually when my ex-husband told me, I asked him, why are you treating me this way? He didn't even have to work for 10 years. I was the breadwinner of the house. And I asked him, why do you continue to treat me like shit? And he said to me, because you're not even worth a pile of dirt. That is what you should deserve. And it is because of that sentence that I'm very grateful to him. I finally have the courage to ask for a divorce. On my 40th birthday, I asked myself, what do I want in life? I was so depressed at that moment. I didn't want to live more than 60 years old. I said that I have experienced the best luxury in life. I get fly to all over the world to work. What more do I want? 60 is okay. I'm 40, so 20 years left. So what do I want in these 20 years? And I realized that I want two things. I want happiness, and I want someone who treasures me for the way that I deserve. So that's when I took the courage to finally take the divorce and rebuild my life again. And after that happened, guess what? Within a year and a bit, COVID hit. Wonderful, isn't it? I have free wedding gun shop as well as like a makeup shop as well. It completely keyed me out. I think a lot of business owners here will understand how difficult it was when we do face-to-face service, when we're not on the online space. Someone like me who doesn't even understand what is a funnel, what is a tunnel, it took me 2 years to learn that. All the technology of Zoom, learning how to click the buttons and how to do all of this technology stuff. I'm sure that I probably make a few technology guys kill themselves onto it because of how stupid I am into all of this. But I hear you because that was just me. And I think as a person, I always have this no give up attitude. And this is something that I would love to share with all of you. A lot of us are bored with this thinking that we can't give up. We shouldn't give up. We should always try it and do everything that we can. And I see it in this way. If you're doing it for yourself, it's for your own benefit, your growth, do it. Do not give up no matter what, because you are worthy, you are important, and you matter. That is why you don't give up. But too many times, we are doing this non-give up attitude at work, at relationship. That is when they try to not give up because of other people's validation, other people's happiness, and other people's acceptance. That is when you should give up, because it is learning about how to cut your investment and stop losing. Because it is so hard when you put investment into something, especially at work. Like I have free shop. When you asked me to close it, I was crying for days because it took me 19 years to build that up. And I have to close it because I just could not afford the rent. And all of these things as a business owner, we have to actually understand what are the differences in not giving up. What is in for me? It is a question that we all have to ask as a business owner. What is in for me? If that's not in for you, then don't do it, because you're wasting your limited energy that you have in yourself. Remember, everything in this world is about exchange. When you're giving something, you have every right to receive something back. And that's how this beautiful exchange actually giving. So if you're wanting a business, you need to know if it is a toxic environment, it's not giving you a smile, it's not making you feel confident, it's not even making you feel good about being a human, then it's time to cut that loss.
No, I agree with you. And you can see it so much where people have just held on too tight too. And when you hold on too tight, it actually does more damage than if you just let go and move forward, however that looks for you, whether you pivot or close down or do all of that. So you ended up shutting down all of those stores that you had?
Yeah, I have to, because couldn't not allow, like I just couldn't afford $6,000 a month. And we all know 2 years in COVID, it really cleaned me out. And I have to say, I don't know, I'm not into politics, but if it wasn't for the job keeper, I pretty much would be on the street. It was the first time in my life since I was the age 13 because I start working a part-time job and everything. I pay for everything myself. I'm a very independent woman. It was the first time that I have to ask my parents to borrow money to pay rent. It was such an embarrassment. It was such a shame. And I'm grateful for that experience to value what I like, what a beautiful family I actually have. And no matter what happened in the past. And I think a lot of us need to realize that when one door closed, it actually gives you freedom for all the new learning and all the opportunity it comes. As long as, remember what I said about not giving up on you, that is the reason why. When you are doing it for your benefit and for what is in for you, you have this opportunity to see the opportunity outside. That's why I always say, as a woman, as a business owner, always make sure that you learn how to collaborate with people. I'm an introvert, so I totally understand. No one believes me when I say that I'm an introvert, but I am an introvert. I can stay at home all day and don't go out and start in front of the computer for 10 hours a day. That's what I've been doing every single day. But the truth is that if you learn how to network, if you learn how to collaborate, such as what Kylie is actually doing here, that's when you can expand your business, because one person can only do so much. What I do with the Yeah the Girl 40 Plus Australia group is that to allow all the different experts to come into my stage to share what they do, because I know I'm good at something, but I'm not good at everything. But with everyone's support and everyone's contribution, we can make this into a better place for women to come in to get support. No matter they're rich or poor, they can still get expert advice instead of just from their next door neighbor. As we all know, we all learn different business mindset and support experience. That's when we can come together and truly become a community.
Beautiful. And that's what I was going to say. Like, you had such a big transition at 40. Is that what then encouraged you to start the community? Because you closed down your businesses, your business changed because then you went into more coaching. You went through a divorce of a very long-term marriage. Is that what got you to start that community?
It actually got me started when I met my current partner. Okay, was in a dating pool for about a year and a half. Yes, I'm a professional dater. That's what people call me. And like I've been on 8 different apps at a time, seeing 5 different people per day, interviewing everyone. There you go.
I like
Finally,
that.
year and a half.
Interviewing everyone. I like that. You were
Interviewing everyone. Yes, they are candidates. Okay, there's 5 stages of dating. Don't fall in with your head on. Okay, I know that I'm old and fat and a bit more towards the end, but guess what? I am value at the same time.
Yes.
So when women realize this, everything started to change. So I have met this amazing guy, and he's also in self-development as well. He was the one that would say, Martha, you're actually very inspirational. Have you ever thought about becoming a coach? And I'm like, you know what? My therapist actually asked me to become a consultant, like the one that who helped me with my brain. And she said that I'm actually good at this. So maybe I will go and start that. And that's how I developed super confidence coaching. Because at that time, I know that no matter what, I have confidence. I have the confidence to believe in me. I have the confidence to not give up on myself. So I say, okay, I become a confidence coach. And I was one of those rare ones that in the coaching industry, as you can imagine how many ads there is, I'm one of the rare ones that who within 3 months of launching my business, I make my 10K month. And then within 1 year, I was a 6-figure coach. Not many people can do that. I understand it. And why can I do it? I don't have kids. I have a very loving partner that actually goes away. He's a Navy, so he's on deployment 6 months per year. And I only have a cat that have an auto feeder. So it really helps me to spend 16 to 18 hours per day to build my business in the first year. Let's be honest, what you give is what you get in return. You have to learn, especially for someone like me who doesn't understand the online space, doesn't understand all the technology. I have to learn everything from scratch. So it was a challenge for me. And then only about 8-9 months ago, I come across this beautiful group called Yeah the Girl 40 Plus Australia. And the admin at the time didn't want to actually run the community because it gets a bit big, a bit too much. So we have about 4,000 people at that time. And I'm like, oh, let me look after for you, because it is so hard to build a community because there's so many different people there. There's conflicts, there's rules needs to be set. So when I took over the ownership of the group, and I'm like, you know what? This is a gold mine. Not saying in a sense that I need to monetize it for myself, but it's a gold mine for every single woman that who can come and get support. So I decided to take ownership of it, register as a business, and then put it as a community together. We have different dates and rules and things like that to set in place, making sure that everyone are showcasted, making sure that everyone has that support. And I have this completely zero tolerance to judgment. And I'm very high on respect. And if people can't do that, it's okay. I wish them light and like and love and let them actually be at somewhere else. On a Facebook group, as you understand, there's a lot of people. We built from 4,000 people to 28,000 in the coming days. And that's in the short months of 9 months that I've been running it. So you can imagine the amount of work that we do. And I'm so grateful now that we have moderators that are amazing, helping me out into looking after the space. Otherwise, I was me 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm still approving people coming in. It is a lot of work onto it. So I'm so grateful that I realized that, you know what, even that a lot of us been through trauma, a lot of us get actually taken advantage of, a lot of us get cheated on, betrayal, all of that in business or in your life, but there's still good people out here. I'm a good person. Kylie, he is a good person. There's a lot of good people out there. You just got to believe in it. And when you're vibrating in that vibration, you will starting to attract the right people back in. I always believe that why people always think that, oh, I can't find the good people in my life. It is because that every single person holds two keys in their hand. One key is key of sorrow. One key is key of happiness. So when you're vibrating at a lower vibration, you will keep opening doors to validate how bad my life is, how basically sugar people are. Yes. All of those things, because you're looking for validation to validate this mindset that you currently have. But when you're starting to realize that I can close that chapter, those people who hurt me are no longer with me. Those situations that I was in are no longer my reality. That is when you take your power back and you're starting to open more doors. And when your vibration is better, people likes you better. So they come to you and join to you better with relationship or people. This is the truth. I just did a post this morning about why people always find, especially in the dating world, okay? I understand, even for me, when I went into the dating world, the only one that I tracked was the mentally unstable guys, okay? I'm sure that I say this now, everyone is like, yeah, I hear you. But no judgment here because I was one of them. I was mentally unstable and vibrating in a low vibration as well. That's why I tracked it. I didn't know how to say no. I didn't know how to actually control my loneliness. I didn't know how to actually sit in the uncomfortable and be comfortable. So I become that person that I'm attracted. Not until I finally say enough is enough, I need to change my mindset and do something different. Here we go. I find the amazing partner that I'm in. He adores me. He loves me. He cooks for me. I don't need to clean. I don't need to cook. I don't need to do all of that. Yes, I can't do all of that. I give people food poisoning. So I actually found a guy that who actually
for 6 months, and then he goes away for 6 months.
Exactly. So I have my me time as well onto it. All of that is because I realized I no longer be the person that I don't want to be. A lot of us don't have that recognition that we are being that person we don't want to be. It is about healing. It is about understanding what we want and then starting to change that mindset. Doesn't matter if you're a business, your self-worth, or in your relationship. Once you realize that, hey, I am the person that I don't want, let's change that and everything was starting to open.
And I agree with that completely, especially with starting a community. So I know that when I first started the Australian Ladies in Business, everyone was like, oh, it's just another group. It's not going to be successful and it's not going to do whatever. And I just said, I'm going to shine my light, my beautiful purple light, and whoever is attracted to that purple light will come and they will join. And anyone that doesn't, that does join and they're not shining purple, they'll just leave. And who cares? Because it's still creating that community and you're shining your message and your light into the world. And when you're doing it from such a place of integrity and authenticity, the right people will come. And then something that you just started as a side hustle. So for me, ALIBI was a side hustle. will grow into this beautiful, tree that you wouldn't even realize and take you into a completely different direction. So I think that's like you've said with the keys. I love that. And just shining your light so bright yourself, not what you think people's other expectations are, but how you show up and how you shine. And the most beautiful things will happen from that.
I completely agree with you on that. That's what a lot of people don't know. They actually think that I need to compete with this person on TikTok. Oh, she's a size 6, bikini model. Where am I going to actually compete with that? I will lose for sure. Okay. So why go into a battle that you can't win? Same thing in business. Never go into a battle that you can't win. Never go into a battle that you're not willing to invest your time, your finances, and also your attitude towards it. If not, don't. It's going to be a losing battle because I kept seeing a lot of people going into having a very negative thinking, especially in the network marketing and affiliation world. People are so scared about it because one of their auntie actually joined this and never got it. They were promised the world. Yes, I agree that a lot of people does not run their business ethically and they hide everything from you. There's no transparency. That's what piss a lot of people off. And I'm that person too. I'm not really with any of them. That's the truth. But I support them because you know why? Because we're women. You know how much it is to actually run a shop? You know how much the inventory costs? Do you know how much his insurance costs? An average household wife cannot have that financial background to even start a business. So small things like this can give them an opportunity, a choice, if they choose to. Everything is an exchange. How much are you willing to do? Even for us, okay, let's be honest. How many courses we have done that are still sitting down? How many things that we have paid for? We only do 8 of them. Okay, there you go. Let's be very honest over here. So don't say that this course doesn't work for you. That one doesn't work for you. That one. Yes, I understand they may be not aligned with your purpose. That's completely okay. However, how much have you put in? How much time, investment, effort, tears, and sweat have you put into this? I'm very proud of what I do, not because of how good I am. It's I'm proud of I am the one who's making the charge, the commitment, the efforts that I put in, the light hours, all the times that I don't sleep, to actually just maintain what I do. And I feel good about myself because they were moments that I feel completely worthless. They were moments that I feel like that I'm not even worth, what that other person have told me. But once I realized that I can do something for others, I started to think, you know what? I still got it. It's actually in my muscle memory. Oh, it's not as bad as what I think it was. And then more door of happiness will open.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, especially women, we look for that, as you mentioned before, that external validation. Well, what happens if they don't like me? Who cares? Like we get to that point, like I'm not yet at the 40 plus mark, but I'm already just like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
They're not
Put
your
it this
people.
way. Yeah, I said to people, do those people come and actually clean your dishes? Do those people actually take your rubbish out? Okay, do they even clean your cat litter? If they're not, why do they matter?
Yeah, but also that like we don't like everyone. Do you know what I mean? So why do we expect everyone to like us when we're like, we don't like everyone? So why do we expect it to be the same? But I think it's like, I guess it's sort of ingrained to us as women that we should be, no, we love everyone. And you know what? We're just not meant for everyone. It still doesn't stop you from getting your message out. And look at the growth you've had in your amazing community. You took a community that had 4,000 and in 9 months you grew it to 28,000. You took a business that you were super passionate about and turned it into a 6-figure one in such a short amount of time. And I love the fact that you're so open about the hustle because you do have to hustle. And I know at the moment, a lot of coaches and a lot of people are talking about, oh, no, you need to rest more and you don't need to hustle. I can tell you now, like I have kids, I have 3 little kids. I hustle as much as I can in the pockets of time I have. So I will be up with you at 2 a.m. hustling, like doing the community stuff or working behind the scenes because for me, I know that I need to work for something to obtain it. If I sit back and go, oh, well, I'm resting, I'm going to miss out on opportunities to get it done. So I love the fact that you're just like, no, I embrace the hustle.
It is so true. People don't understand the work it needs on the behind. I was on a cruise not long ago, and I told my moderator that I have no internet. It is the only time that I can do a social detox. Look at the messages that they come in. There's like, oh my God, how to Papa actually handle this? I'm like, it's okay. I'm good at doing this. I'm getting a lot better because I'm sure as a good person, just like you and me, we feel bad when other people are missing out. We feel bad that we're not being this nice person to other people. But the truth is, when you cut all the toxic things out of your life, it doesn't change who you are. When you say no to a not fair treatment, it doesn't change the fact that you're a good person. You are just this person that realized, hey, this is value, okay? Okay, this is a funny joke that I say to everyone. Even when we fart, that chemical we produce, we are the only one who can do it. So what is not valuable about you? No one else can do the same thing as you do. So believe in yourself. That's when you're starting to let other people believe you. When you want respect from other people, first respect yourself. Respect your time, respect your value, respect every single energy that you're leaving out. Just like that, why a lot of people are stuck in the past, feeling like those pain. And I understand how painful it is. So I'm not judging you into spending time into healing. But think about it. No matter what, 3 days, 3 hours, 3 months, 3 years, you still have to accept it at the end. Mm-hmm. So it is your choice if you want to spend long or do you want to spend short. And when you're spending short, you know there's only 24 hours in a day. So this is very fair for everyone else. How you're going to use it is how you're going to get the result from it. A lot of the times that I hear business owners saying that, oh, but I am working so hard not getting result. And then I look at their profile, I'm like, okay, so what have you been busy on? Yeah, it takes me about 3 hours to do one post because I'm so criticizing about myself. I'm like, do you remember what other people post 3 days ago? No. Why do you care?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, you spend 3 hours on this, you could do 30 posts instead of actually doing this. And I know that it's like, but how about other people see me? I'm like, okay, what do you want to portray? Do you want to portray this perfect person? Because there's no perfectionism. So if you actually think that you're okay, then that's fine. Like I have people even just yesterday doing a post and I did a grammar mistake. Hey, come on, it's Martha. I got no grammar. Take it or leave it. It's okay. And guess what? You still understand what I say. So
exactly. And you know what? That'll get more engagement. I feel like some people are putting in grammar and spelling issues lately just so that they get more engagement, because people on the internet, when they want to share stuff, they want to look at, they want to be the first one to comment and fix something. But in saying that, back to your joke just quickly about farting, there's women out there that are making thousands of dollars selling their farts. So that's how unique it is. They've turned it into business enterprise because it is their own, I guess, special formula. So what you say is very right.
And that's it. When we actually even think about like that, when we have that mentality, that's when you become this super confident woman. Like I said, in my business, super confident coaching, I help people in their self-worth, in their relationship, and in their business, because everything comes back to the word confidence. A lot of coaches would say, I don't know how to niche down. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm only using one word, which is confidence. And that is needed everywhere. And my mission statement is no woman should ever suffer in silence. It has nothing to do with the word confident, but you need every single bit of confidence and bravery you had to be able to have a voice again. I was that woman who could not cry more than 30 seconds because I was in so much pain. I couldn't even speak up. I didn't know I could ask for help, thinking that I was this reject, like someone who's not worthy, someone that no one actually wants and needs. That was my thinking. Who knows this size 16 woman, small eyes, glasses, short hair, can have a man of attraction coming in. I was like so happy about it. That really helped with my ego onto doing that. And then now that with my amazing partner, everyone said that. I said, you are so lucky. I said, yes, I am blessed. Not lucky. I didn't get here with luck. I got here with a lot of work. I started 40 in relationship courses after my divorce because my ex-husband was my first boyfriend. I didn't understand anything about dating. So I don't understand men. So what do? I go and study 40 relationship courses. That was before I become a coach. And think about this. I did it for me. I didn't do it for anyone else because I don't understand. When you don't understand something, go and find out for it. And I hear, oh, it's so hard. Yes, it is hard. But what are you getting in return? What do you want in return? It is hard. Technology is so hard. I can tell you, honestly, I'm so silly. It took me 6 hours to actually do a funnel. Now I can do it in two. Like it's all of those little things that you will learn. Believe in yourself, believe in your ability that you will be better.
And the best things don't come easy, or everyone would do it. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Nothing easy come. And if you don't work for it, then how can you sit back and have this amazing conversation to go, look, this is what I overcame. And
Mm.
was it tough? Yes, but it's so much better on the other side. And I didn't wait the 3, 6 months. I've moved forward in that time to be where I'm at.
Exactly. And then I think that in the industry that now that we're in, everyone is looking for a magic pill because it's fast, it's painless. Guess what? It doesn't happen. Even with Ozempic or something like that for diet, you still need to inject it for months, okay? It doesn't happen overnight. So there's no magic pill. This is magic pill. Your ability, your talent, your passion, your willingness, your gift, that is the magic pill. Once you have that, then you'll be able to expand it. Find a right person to guide you if you don't know what you're doing. Don't waste time. That's when coaches like you and me comes in. We can save your problem within 2 minutes rather than you spending 2 months trying to figure it out. It is so worth the money finding the right person. And I'm a very big in hiring coaches and guiding me to getting mentors in my way because I believe that when you want to learn and have the right people around you, everything changed.
100%. It's all about that light, as we mentioned earlier, and that just shining and being authentic. The right people will come to you and then go, you'll feel aligned to them, you'll feel like a good fit, and then you'll move forward. And I think even the top coaches out there say, look at the 5 people that surround you. What are they doing? Are they full of negativity? Are they full of where you want to go? If they're full of negativity and they're still stuck in the rut, then go and find 5 more people and start hanging out with them. And that's why I think our communities that we both have are so super important to do that, because there's such beautiful, amazing women in there that are just looking for the right people to reach the success in both their personal and professional lives.
Definitely. And that's the difference when you actually have the real expert that who actually walk the walk, talk the talk, being exactly where you are, so we can help you to get out there. We don't just read books and then think that we can solve this problem. We've been there, done that.
In the
We went through the
trenches.
border. Yes, we've done it. So we know how you feel. We don't have any judgment. We give you complete respect because we know it's hard to change. It takes courage to move forward. I always give people this my 2-second mindset shift. The first second is acknowledgement. You need to acknowledge what's going on first. Then you can find the solution for it. Give it the funeral it needs. Put some incense in there. Close that chapter. That's how you close the loop with trauma. Once that's done, then you look at action. Second is what action are you going to take? And to be honest, we all go to a Tony Robbins or some webinar and then all of a sudden we're like, yeah, we can do this. We can conquer the world. Action. When it comes to it, if you only use willpower, like WILL, willpower, you won't last. Why? How many times you say that you go to a diet and then book for a buffet next week? Same thing, because willpower is such a short-lived thing. What you need in return is actually your why. Your reason, your why to back up with your action. Because every single time when you think about it, why am I doing this at 2 a.m. in the morning? Because I love the people that's in there. They needed me. That's my reason. That's my why. So I can actually still push through no matter how hard it is. And same thing for all of you here. When you understand why you're doing it and your reason you're doing it, you will be able to not give up on you. Not about other people, not about their validation, not about how they see you in their life. They don't come in to clean your house, so it doesn't matter. So it is very, very true.
That's amazing. And it's true. They don't pay your bills, they don't clean your house. And I love that tip you shared. So just to end it out, how do we stalk you? Martha, I could talk to you forever, but I don't think we can have this podcast go that long. But where can we stalk you to come and find you?
Definitely find me on Super Confidence Coaching on the internet. If you search Super Confidence Coach, or Confidence Coach, I'm pretty much the first one that actually come up on Google. And you'll be able to search my name, Martha Mock, as well. I'm all over social media. And of course, if you're a woman over 40, you need more support, feel free to actually join the Yeah the Girl 40 Plus group here. We support you in every way of your life, your business, and your self-worth.
Beautiful. I'm going to put all your links down below to make sure everyone can just tag easy and join. Thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your amazing story.
Thank you so much for having me.